All right, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Definitely. Definitely. So the first time I started asking you is I see you do some modeling too, besides acting, and what what's been like shoot that you had the most fun doing for modeling?
Um, well, I did modeling for a very brief time, and there was a there was a couple of good shoots that I really didn't get dabble that much in the modeling. It was just like kind of like a shoot here and there,
Okay.
kind of some money. But there was one, definitely the most fun was my friend called me up and she's like, I'm doing a shoot. They need one more guy. Can you make it in like 30 minutes? And I was the subway. I had just pulled up and there was no subway to where I needed to go, and it
Oh
was raining,
no.
so I would have to sprint over there in the rain to get there in time. And I was like, you know what? Screw it, let's do it. And I ran through the rain, got there. When we got in to the actual building, I didn't realize it was for a like an underwear active lingerie kind of thing. So it's like this hoodie with a thong, and then like, so this is what you're going in. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So that one was definitely the most fun of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it feel weird at all to walk around in a thong?
A little bit, but there was a lot of other dudes there that are like, yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. And
Yeah,
they were all
right.
in thongs, so I was like, all right, we made it work.
There you go. Okay. And what drew you to want to act? Like, when did your passion start for acting?
I know it sounds cliche, but like ever since I was little, just kind of started doing it and then was like, yeah, this is it. So I didn't really have like professional means from when I was young. It was all like local theater and then making my own films or working with other kids who were like, why are you want to film something? All right, fine. And then trying to put together things and then just like over as the years went on, just started taking on bigger and bigger projects until eventually it's like, okay, it's time to get paid for this instead of paying to do this.
True, true. What what was like the first film or first short like you ever done?
First, I would say the first big thing that I tried to tackle is we tried to film a feature film with like no crew, no equipment. It was just like I just graduated high school and it was me and my friends, and I was like, we're gonna write this full-length movie. We're gonna shoot it guerrilla style. We're gonna see how much we can like make it come to life. And it was extremely difficult for everyone because no one knew what they were doing, but it
Oh,
I was extremely proud that everyone was like able to put together such a great thing with me. And so that was, I would count that as the first real project.
what was the name of the film?
It's called What We Don't See. It's
Okay.
about, it's like this, you know, spin on the Greaser Soch kind of typical rivalry turned horror film. And
Nice.
so that was the vibe we went with.
Yeah, because I saw something like you can watch it on a line on the YouTube, and I saw like you play Jock, right?
I played lead Greaser and not
Okay.
no jock, not this time.
And is it fun shooting a horror film?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It is a lot goes into it with, you know, especially the lighting and the detail to set everything up, and then costumes if you got, elaborate makeup, or if it's just like silhouetted, whatever it is, you just there's a lot of imagination that goes into it. And I feel like the more people you have, the better it comes out because A lot of people have really great ideas. So,
Nice,
yeah.
nice. And I see you also did like a couple shorts too, like you did Beyond the Gate and Juke Juke Jukebox Hero.
Yeah.
And tell me what those shorts were.
So, Beyond the Gate was a another one of those kind of things where me and my cousin, we were like, we need to do something. So we wrote it, filmed it, and kind of just like as quickly as we could because we had like a week to do it. We're like, we're gonna write something, we're gonna buy everything, we're gonna get as many people as we can to do it, and then we're gonna shoot it. And so that way, when we go our separate ways, we can edit it and put it together. And that one was also very fun, very smooth. I was living in LA at the time, so I got the people that I knew from LA, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm leaving soon. Before I go, you wanna do this?" And then we did. And then when I got here to New York, I was going to school at the New York Film Academy, and I
Nice.
was meeting all these super cool people who were doing film and acting, and I was like, you know what? I want to put together another film with all of these people. So, we comprised the Jukebox Hero film, which was way better than anything that I've done because I had
Really?
a full crew. Well, not a full crew, but I had people who knew what they were doing more than I did. So we had a great guy working the camera. We had people who knew lighting and this and knew how to talk me through the script and like this problem, and then a bunch of actors. And I was like, wow, we can put something together that looks a lot higher quality than anything that I've ever done. And we did. So that is currently being finished up, and we're about to start a GoFundMe to get it into film festivals and see if we can win anything for that one.
Ah, sweet, bud. Nice. I wish you luck with that. Like I hope something comes about it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, definitely. And you're in a film that you're currently filming a film the all the most pop popular. And is there anything you can say about like your character and the film? Because I know it's not out yet and it's being filmed.
Mhm.
Like, is there anything you can say about it?
I just gotta say that Almost Popular is a fun movie of all things. Like what you'll see on screen is exactly how it felt to shoot it. It kind of
Really?
it feels like this young energy kind of going around. And as far as my character, Sammy, he he's like your typical like football guy that's like
Okay.
in these movies. He's like, yeah, he goes out and he parties and he has a good time. He's always hanging out with his bros. He's always lifting weights. You know, he's probably got a heart of gold in there somewhere, but it's covered mostly by his macho popularness. And that's always fun to play with as far as a character.
Now, did you already know how to play foot foot football before filming it, or was it something that was trained on set?
So we didn't really have, well, I didn't have any scenes where I was actually playing football.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't need any training for that, but it would have been fun.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And how about like, have you ever played like any sports like had like when you went to school or anything? Like, did you ever play any sports?
Yeah, so I was a big wrestler in high school.
Oh, sweet.
So that was, years of constant cutting weight and, you know, throwing people around on mats and kind of this deal. And that has always been something that's great. It's translated. I still train now as I keep going just because, I want to stay in shape for roles and life in general.
Yeah.
And right now I started boxing, so
Oh, wow.
kind of like keep the combat sports up, I guess. You know, those are always useful in film as well too. A lot of Cobra Kai's and things like that going on.
Yeah, definitely. I is is that like a dream role, like being on that show? Like you mentioned, a Cobra Kai.
It would be a fun one. That would be something of that energy to just be a part of something like that would be pretty cool.
Oh my God, yeah. Have 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 you ever done any like martial arts training too?
Yeah, so I used to train martial arts, and actually this last year I wanted to get it from like what martial arts is to what martial arts is on stage. So I took a stage combat class and like for film and stuff and got my certificate, and that was a big help to see like the difference because you know you go to a boxing class where you're trying to hit the other person, and then you go to stage combat class where you're trying to not hit the other person but make it look like you are. So it's like two completely different like ideas that you're trying to balance at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, from doing wrestling training from when you were in school, like that helped you with like working out and dieting, conditioning. But would you ever consider like a WWE type thing?
Um, I'm pretty open to most possibilities. I don't know much about WWE, but if it came down to it, I don't see why not, you know?
No, because you know, like pro wrestling, like the WWE is like a little mixture of sports of wrestling and also acting too,
Yeah,
because you know they go by scripts and stuff as well. And so you got the best of both worlds there. You got like the wrestling side and the acting side.
I guess I've never considered that. You're a smart man. You put the dots together.
Right? Hey. You never know. You could be like the next rock, right?
The next rock.
And so how's your workout and diet like? Because you definitely are in amazing shape. Like I saw your page and all, and how often like do you go to the gym and work work out, and what kind of workouts do you do?
So right now it's basically every day except for Sunday. And
Okay.
I go in the mornings and I will do 2 hours of boxing with my coach and some of the other guys that are also training to be fighters. So we'll come in, beat each other up for a couple hours. I'll come home, and then usually around the evening or night, we'll lift weights or do push-ups and pull-ups for like about 30 minutes just to keep the muscles strong so that way
Yeah.
they can they can keep performing.
And do you follow any like strict diet, or do you just eat whatever you want?
It's kind of a mix because I'm not a huge believer in strict diets. You know, a lot of these, especially when I was like wrestling and it was all about like putting on weight or cutting weight or all these kind of things. It was always like your protein, don't eat carbs,
Yeah.
dehydrate, rehydrate, like all these tactics, and really got to find what works best for you, what you can respond to. Me, I like a lot of meat, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit gives, and just not putting a cap on how much. Just kind of, if you
Okay.
eat a lot of meat, you're gonna get full and you're gonna have a lot of energy.
So are you like a chicken and rice guy? Because I know like a lot of people that that do like weight training and stuff, and
Mhm.
it's always chicken and rice, chicken and rice, chicken and rice.
Yeah, very much chicken and rice. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works.
Nice. And what do you like doing during your free time when you're not auditioning for films or doing films?
I'm a big into music,
Oh,
so
sweet.
I play guitar. I have for a few years. Been in a few like I don't know, mush together bands from
All
like
right.
people that I like, yeah, you want to okay. And then kind of so that's usually my big passion when I'm not pursuing, film stuff or when I'm in a lull and waiting to hear back. It's like, well, then there's that to pursue. There's that to practice, and it's always a good relief. Universal language.
Oh yeah. Do
Yeah,
you do you sing too, or
I do sing.
you do?
Yeah, not the best, but won't let that stop. Just keep trying until it's eventually beautiful.
A- And like, have you ever played like gigs, like like clubs or bars or anything like that, or parks or?
Yeah, so I was in a band in high school, and we did like cover stuff, and since then I've been like, well, I want to be in a real band, like
Yeah,
where we actually do stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And when I got to LA, I there's this place called The Smell. It's
The
in
smell.
yeah, it's this like punk rock club in this back alley of downtown LA.
Oh my God.
Walk into this dark room with all this graffiti on the walls and stuff, and they run like volunteers. So if you want to volunteer to work there, you can meet people. And that's where I met this guy, and he played drums. So we put together a little band, and it was a rough show. We had like four people in the audience. The mic was cutting in and out. The
Oh
lights had
no.
their issues. We got delayed. We got pushed back. It was definitely it's one of those stories you look back on and be like, wow, that was an experience. And
But
then just recently, uh, did a did a show with another another band. We drove around different states looking for shows
okay.
through through the United States, and we found one in California, and we opened for this band called Pardon the Interruption. They were a lot of fun. They were a lot of great, and they let us they let us play with them, and it was really cool.
And it was more than four fans, right?
Yes, it was more than that. It was like this outside um like stage built kind of on this general store, and they were doing this fundraiser, and there was hundreds of people there, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Who would be like your dream artist or dream band to actually be on the same bill with?
Oof. um I'm a I like the old school rock and hair bands.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it would have to be one of those. I don't know about now because, they're getting older. But if we're talking prime, these people, Guns N' Roses or Motley Crue would be one of the bands I'd want to hop on stage with.
Yeah, I've seen the crew live, and Vince Neil's vocals are like done now.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have quit while they were ahead, but
Hey, but oh my God, like Vince Neil was. There's nothing I could,
yeah.
I went and saw them, and it was definitely something.
It was something. Yeah.
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 But it's funny because I saw Poison just recently too, and Def Def Leopard, and they sounded amazing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So I guess it's just how they kept their voice, like Brett 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 Michaels and I forgot the lead singer of Def Leppard's name. Like they sounded great, and the band was great, and it was a good show.
They've kept themselves healthy, I see.
And I'm I'm a big horror guy, and I always like asking my guests this: Are there any horror films that you like watching, especially since it's almost Halloween time?
Um, I mean, classic horror movies. You got your Scream and your Halloween. Those aren't really scary, but like they're they're so classic that you gotta
Oh
watch
yeah,
them
of
at this
course.
time of year. I love Hereditary. That's probably the top horror movie for me. That one's spooky.
That yeah, it's crazy that movie.
Yeah, really good what they've done with that one. It's like it's not all the jump scares, it's not all, gore. It's just like this constant tension that's always being held and it really makes you like, ugh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Ooh, like there's this like one 80s horror movie that I love called Night of the Demons. And it's like a really like cheesy horror film, but it's always been something that I like watching. And of course, like I'm a big fan of Chucky, so I like the Child's Play films and the Chucky television series that's out. And Freddy Krueger is another favorite of mine. So I like the Elm Street films, and of course Halloween, like classic. And the last Halloween I hated though. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Did you did you get a chance to see it? The last Halloween movie that was made.
I don't think I've seen like one of the newer ones, but I don't think it
Yeah.
was the newest one.
Oh
So
yeah, it's called Halloween Ends, and it was, oh my God, like
it didn't uphold the tradition of
no,
classic horror
no.
movie.
When I left the movie theater, I actually wanted my money back.
That's a good sign.
I was like they made, and I was like reading stuff online too, like true horror fans, like big horror fans, they were all like crapping on that movie. They were because they made Michael Myers like very weak. Like he wasn't strong. He got beat up
Ugh.
easily by this kid that wanted to be him. Jamie Lee Curtis like easily beat him. It was it was horrible. Like they made him this punk, and that's not Michael.
Yeah. Ah, disservice to the fans.
I know, right? Exactly. I'm like, I said, I I know a movie called Halloween Ends. You want to end it, but you could have made Michael put up a fight at least.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't hit your character on the way down. Like
I know,
have
right?
him go out in
Exactly.
a blaze of fire.
Oh my God. And for Halloween season, do you and your friends like hang out? Like, do you go to any like haunted houses and hay rides and Halloween parties?
It's hasn't most the last couple Halloweens I've been working, so it's
Oh,
been it's been not very Halloween like, but this year we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do the corn maze, we're going pumpkin patch, we're going haunted house, we're doing everything.
yo, I
I am
love
not
it.
working.
I love it. And you live in New York, right? So they have like a ton of those things.
Oh yeah, there's haunted houses. They have this parade that goes through, which I found out about when I got off work and I was walking to the subway, and then there's just this huge, you know, line of freaking monsters and costumes and cars and trucks. I was like, what is going on?
You were
So
you were probably thinking they were like filming a horror movie, huh?
yeah, or the apocalypse was going on because like what?
Do you have any idea with your I'm sure you're going to be going to a Halloween party. Do you know what you're going to be yet for Halloween?
Ooh, thinking Hercules.
Whoa, well you
Yeah.
definitely got the built for it.
Thank you, man. You need to put on like a 400 pounds real quick, just before Halloween.
That's easy. All you have to do is keep
Easy.
on eating your meat and chicken and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just, a bunch of steroids. There we go. Nice and easy.
Oh yeah, just one little pill or one little shot,
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
one bucket of pills. It wouldn't hurt.
Oh my God. And what about songs? Like what kind of music is on your playlist?
And music. Like I said before, I like a lot of electric guitar. I like a lot of that bluesy music. It's got a lot of soul
Mm,
to it. It doesn't feel like it's an instrument. It feels like it's someone singing through it, and it's really nice. And
nice.
then I love the energy, so super energetic music, like rock or kind of dance music, something like that. Those are the musics that are usually cycling through constantly on my playlists.
Okay, okay. And what do you think would be your go-to song if you were doing a karaoke night?
Go-to song. I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Whoa, really?
It's a crowd pleaser. You
Oh
got
no, yeah, it definitely
everyone can sing it.
I mean, you say you're like a big fan of metal, so I was like expecting like girls, girls, girls or something like that. Or
It's true. But I feel like most karaoke nights you pull up with girls, 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 people are gonna be like, what is this?
I know. You're right. You're right. Like they want to hear the Backstreet Boys and don't 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 stop believing is another favorite and yeah. So they definitely want something like that where they or anything from Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah. Now that would be hilarious doing some Taylor Swift at a karaoke night.
Hey, yeah, just get up there and dance and start singing some Taylor Swift songs.
Honestly, whatever you have fun with is the right call.
Right?
Because if
Yeah,
you're having
yeah,
fun, then
exactly.
everyone's gonna have fun. So if you want to sing your heart out to Taylor Swift, I salute it.
There, okay, there you go. See,
Yeah.
are are you like a video game guy? Like, do you like playing video games at all?
I don't have anything to play video games on. So I've never really been a big video game guy because I've just never really had much of that kind of stuff. So I never really messed with it.
Okay,
So I don't have any video game knowledge for you. I'm sorry, man.
that's good. Like, what about like, do you have a superhero and villain that you like the most? I don't know if you follow like Marvel and DC or anything.
Oh, yeah, big good time to grow up as a child, having all these Marvel
Oh
movies.
my God, yes.
That's one thing can always look at is just watching the whole cinematic universe play out over the course of your childhood, and by the time you're an adult, boom, it's like all done. You're like, wow, that was pretty cool. I feel like superhero, gotta go Thor.
Ooh, nice, nice.
Yeah, it's like you know they can goof him up sometimes, but I like what he stands for. Honor. You know, fighting for something for your people. It's good. It's good. Good ideology.
Definitely.
I like that he's a little alien too. Doesn't know what manners or what's going on. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Give me another drink.
Yeah,
That kind
right.
of
I know.
attitude. Yeah.
And what about villain? Do you have a villain you like best?
Villain. I mean, Joker.
Oh yeah, he's classic.
You can't get better than Joker. Like psychotic clown makeup, mastermind. It's 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 good.
Now, which version of the Joker do you like? Like, I mean, everyone loves Heath's, and Jack Nicholson is another one that a lot of people like. Like, what version you think you like?
I think probably gonna have to jump on the bandwagon with Ledger just
Yeah.
because it's the most realistic, I would say, as
Oh
far as
yeah, for sure.
how a Joker would look. You know, there was talk that they were like thinking of Willem Dafoe as a Joker, and I was like, now that would have been ideal casting.
That would be really good. Like, I could definitely see him playing that because he's a great actor, and of course he was like the Goblin and stuff. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, that would be good. I don't know if he's getting a little too old now or if not, because he's still doing movies
I
all
know,
left and right. So
I know.
if if he was down, I would pay to see that.
Oh my God, yeah, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
You know, I could definitely see you being Thor for Halloween. Like you definitely have the like Thor vibe.
Thor, yes.
Yeah,
I've done it right. Feel
you know,
accomplished.
you have to buy the big axe and stuff, or not the axe, the hammer, the big hammer.
Big hammer. Yeah. Just come from work with a little hammer and be like, yeah, I'm Thor.
Yeah, right. And is there anything coming up for you that you want to plug? Like anything you're working on? I mean, I know that that movie's gonna be coming out, and
Yeah, so that short film that I was filming here, the Jukebox Hero, we're wrapping it up and getting it started on festivals. Like, I mean, just stay tuned because it'd be nice to get it out there, and then once it's gone through a few festivals, we could start releasing it and showing it to people. It's one that, you know, I'm very proud of, and I really hope that everyone who is a part of it can get something out of it, like some usable footage or a good experience, or to have their name on a project and be like, see, I did this. It's good, you know?
yeah,
So, uh,
definitely.
yeah, just stay tuned.
I love the chain you're wearing. What kind of chain is that?
So this is a Mexican flag for
Okay,
for my home.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
And where could fans follow you at? Like, you know, your socials and all that.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Tomas W Sam, and I will hopefully be posting more so that way it looks I'm a little more active. But yes, you can follow me there.
Nice, nice. And you know, I live in Philly, and Philly isn't too far from where you live at. So if you ever come in Philly, we should definitely like hang out, grab a beer or whatever.
Of course, anytime. If you're ever in New York City, it's quite a large place, so
Oh no, it is. Like I've been there plenty of times. Like I went to the Comic Con there for last year, and
nice.
Madison Square Garden. Like I saw a couple shows there, a couple bands. I actually saw Iron Maiden at Madison Square Garden.
Nice. Wow, that
Yeah.
must have been a show.
Oh my God, it was so good. I think it was Iron Maiden and Megadeth. Megadeth, I think, was
Megadeth.
the ones that were on the bill with them. It was Megadeth and Iron Maiden.
Yeah, they're getting pretty big, you know? Like, and I've heard Madison Square Garden is just gorgeous on the
Oh my
inside.
God, it's huge.
One of the best places for performers to play at. They say it's like super comfortable backstage. They got so much to work with. They say it's like
Really?
candy. Yeah. I read a book about Dave Grohl, the
Yeah,
singer of Foo Fighters and
yeah.
drummer of Nirvana, and he was saying that about Madison Square Garden. He's like, it's like paradise for musicians.
Oh my God, I never knew that. I know it's like a big place to play at. I didn't know like you know it's an actual like great place to hang out at if you're performing live.
Yeah. Well, only one way to know for sure. We got to end up there. and then you and
That's
me will figure
that's
it
you.
out.
You know, you and your band's gonna be up at Madison Square Garden. You're gonna be playing opening up for Iron Maiden, right?
Well, now we have to because we have to find out if Madison Square Garden is living up to the, the hype. So
Well, yeah, exactly.
now there's a reason. Now we gotta keep working.
Exactly, yes. Do you ever do the Comic Con there, the one that they have there?
I have not yet. I think heard from like a couple of friends, and they went and they met. I don't remember the actor who played Daredevil or whatever,
Yeah,
but they met him, and they were like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." So I haven't been personally, but I've heard it's been pretty remarkable for the people who have gone. They've gotten a lot out of it.
it's big. Like it's really like last year I was there and it was huge. I was there like all weekend long. I rented a place to stay at and yeah, it was so much fun. Like I loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But yeah, man, it was really nice meeting you. Thanks so much for doing this.
Of course. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
This
Anytime.
yeah, definitely. Anytime you want to come on and chat, like when your short's coming out and stuff, like I'm more than down.
Okay, thank you. I'll let you know.
Definitely, buddy. Yeah, you're really awesome. You're really fun to chat with.
Well, you as well. You made this feel just like a conversation with a friend at a bar. So
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll definitely get a drink.
once the hernia is fixed.
Oh my God, please. I know it's yeah, like this has helped me a lot. Like actually having fun chatting and not concentrating on the
On the
pain that
pain.
I'm in
Yeah.
about to jump out of a window.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, no, no. Well, thank you so much again for doing this. It was really nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. Thank you.
Definitely, bud. Well, have a great day.
You as well.
Bye.
Bye.